Hello, world. My name is Leo, and today we are going to be talking about some things, specifically my 4-year anniversary and the year that was, the year that is, and the year that will be, or something along those lines. So, for those of you who don't know, December 6th was my 4-year anniversary of doing this channel. I uploaded Return of the Obra Dinn Part 1 on December 6th, 2020, 4 years ago. And another reason why that week is significant is on December 4th, 1 year ago, I uploaded Rain World Part 1, which marked a very significant turning point for the channel. And a lot has changed within the last year in ways that I never thought I would get to, at least not as quickly as all of it happened. And yeah, so I want to talk about that, and I want to talk about how the last year has felt, how I'm feeling about the channel now, and I want to talk about some goals for the upcoming year that maybe we'll be able to get to. So obviously there are a lot more of you now. 1 year ago, I was at 375 subscribers. I had been stuck at that number for a few months by that point, and that was after 3 years of work. It took me 3 years to hit that number. Within the past year, we have over quadrupled my subscriber count, and we are now at over 1,500 people, which is just insane. That's enough to fill quite a few small auditoriums of people. And yeah, the channel just feels a lot more active and lively. There are so many more comments that I get to read, and we have the Discord channel, which is another thing that's changed, which I didn't think I would make a Discord channel anytime soon, and yet within the last year we reached a big enough number where I felt like it was justified, and people were asking for it. People came to my channel and wanted to have a sense of community here, and the Discord has been up for about 6 months or so, maybe a little bit over that, and it currently has 86 members, which is again insane to me. The fact that that many people cared about wanting to be part of my community and wanted to interact with me on a deeper level than just in the comments. It's truly something that it feels surreal, and all of you have my life feels like it has changed drastically over the last year. Even though realistically nothing really has changed, I'm still doing kind of the same thing I always did, but with so many more eyes on me and so many more people that I get to interact with and talk to, it has been it's felt so different. And I've made friends through the channel. I have met so many new people from so many different walks of life and with so many opinions and thoughts on the different games that I play, and I appreciate every single one of you, and I'm so grateful for all of you for being here. Another milestone that we hit over the last year is that within the last month, I think it was Slay the Princess Part 8 or Part 9 or something like that. I hit 1,000 videos on YouTube. Slay the Princess Part 8 or 7 or 9 was my 1,000th video. And to think about that is insane. The fact that so many hours or days of my life is showcased here on this channel, and to think about how much work that I have put into trying to keep like uploads consistent and trying to showcase my experiences with these games. And like, the videos are just the final product. There's so much work that goes in that people don't see, like behind the scenes. So yeah, to think about how much of my life I have spent over the last 4 years on this, and the fact that I'm even like making a 4-year anniversary video right now, to think that it has been 4 years and I've become such a, like, the channel has changed me and changed my life and changed my perspective on so many things. And I know I'm going to sound like a broken record if I say it's insane, but it just feels so hard to wrap my head around. It feels like, I don't know, I'm proud of myself for having made it this far. And again, I'm so grateful for having you all with me over this last year of this journey, and for some of you for much longer. There are still people here who have been with me since like Hollow Knight Part 1, which, like, you know who you are, and thank you so much for being here the last 4 years and for supporting me for that long. Another milestone that we hit is that the channel is now monetized. I am now making money off of the channel. Granted, it is nowhere near the amount that I would need to be able to do the channel full time, but it's a start. And I've like made money from ads, and people have donated like through super chats and the Ko-Fi, which is also new this year. I created a Ko-Fi where people can like donate money, and I will be acknowledging everyone who's donated over the last year later in the video. But yeah, just the fact that like making money off of the channel is something that I have dreamed about, and it makes it feel more like a possibility than ever that I might be able to do this full time, that there might be something here that might be like worth sticking with and sticking around for, and people like want to see the channel grow and thrive, and it's a really wonderful feeling. Another milestone that we hit is that my Starfield review has over 13,000 views. It is by far my most popular video, and like the fact that a video was even able to reach 10k views is just surreal, because like I'm just not used to videos blowing up like that. It definitely reached an audience outside of where my videos usually find, and that it, above all, it showed me that there is an audience of for my reviews, and which makes me really happy, because that's something else I want to go over later on in the video, where like I really enjoy making my reviews, and I would like to develop a better schedule and put more of them out. And so going into like other milestones, and I want to get into like acknowledgements here. Another something else that happened this year was I received my first ever fan art, which is like, that's something else that I've like, that was on like my bucket list for the channel. Like I remember thinking to myself that how much it would mean to me if someone was inspired by me or by the channel to make some fan art of me, and it happened this year, and that is like, insert synonym of insane or surreal, or there are no words to fully encapsulate how that felt and how that feels. And so I would like to take the time to show some of that art and acknowledge everyone who made it. And there were also, like, this will include emotes for the server. Some people were kind enough to make emotes for my server just because they wanted to. And again, I am so grateful for that. Yeah, just a massive thank you to Chive, Sanchoroid, Momo, Nettybot, Algan Pesto, Sleepy Coffee Cup, and Dustin Comp. And all of their art will be shown here. Chive, Sanchoroid, Momo, and Nettie specifically did emotes, and then Chive, Algan, Sleepy Coffee Cup, and Dustin Comp did fan art. And yeah, like I don't know what else to say except for thank you 1,000 times for your art and for like feeling inspired by me to create it, and it means the world to me. And going off of that, I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone who donated over the last year, either through super chats or through Ko-fi. So a very massive thank you to Dustin Comp, Shiny, Senior Sally, Sleepy Coffee Cup, JMT, Nettie, Patrick, and Momo. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel in that way. It truly means the world to me that you would think that my channel is worth that. And words cannot properly describe how it makes me feel. It means the world to me. You all mean the world to me. And for the rest of you who have just been here and watching the videos and like chatting in the comments or in the Discord and supporting me just by being here, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. A million thank yous would not be enough to properly thank you all. And so yeah, I'd really quick for going over the like year that was, I would like to go over like the goals that I had set myself. So for those of you who don't know, before releasing Rain World Part 1, I had put out a video called Burning Out and Setting Goals or something like that. Because the videos that I was putting out and the channel were in a spot that I wasn't happy with. My Sea of Stars Let's Play in particular, that was going on during that time, the videos were only getting single-digit views for weeks, and it was really affecting my outlook on the channel, so I had decided to set goals for myself and just to give myself something to work towards. And I would like to go over that and see how many we hit. So I have short-term / small goals and long-term goals here. So for short-term goals, continue Let's Plays with renewed focus on requested games. I did do that. Like Rain World in particular being the most like successful of that, because like that was my first game that I committed to like under this new goal because it was requested. And the vast majority of games that I have played this year were requested games. Rain World, Death's Door, Titan Souls, Hyperlight Drifter, Slay the Princess, Yume Nikki. Um, I think the only game that wasn't requested that I did a Let's Play on was Animal Well. I could be wrong, but yeah, the vast majority of games that I played as Let's Plays this year were requested games. The next goal is review a large, well-known game. Starfield would absolutely fit into that category, and like I said, that really showed me that there was an audience for my reviews. Like, people like listening to my opinions and like hearing me talk about games in addition to me just playing them. And that means a lot because I enjoy talking about games as well. And Starfield in particular was a really fun one to make. Even though it was like negative slanted because of my own personal experience being as like broken as it was. Yeah, I had a lot of fun making that video. Review a small, obscure game was the next goal. And I would say that either Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Bo Path the Teal Lotus, Crypt Custodian, any one of those would fit into this goal. The majority of games that I did review this year were indie titles. And, that serves two purposes. One is to like just talk about games that I'm playing, but the other one is to bring attention to games that people might not hear of otherwise. And especially those three that I mentioned, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Bo, Path to the Teal Lotus, and Crypt Custodian, were three really awesome games that I think deserve more attention. And it was really cool in particular to see Crypt Custodian almost reach 1,000 views. Like, that one somehow like hit the algorithm in not nearly as big as Starfield, but a pretty substantial way compared to my other reviews. And yeah, that was just really cool to see. The next goal was review at least one game per month. And I had a pretty good streak going because I believe Lorelei and the Laser Eyes came out in June or July. Animal Well was in August or September. I think actually August. I know Hyperlight Drifter and Crypt Custodian came out in October, and I think Bo came out in September. So I had a pretty good streak of like a few months of reviews. um, of course, I didn't review a game in November, so that kind of broke my streak. But it's something that I want to get back into doing. Like, the holidays and trying to do multiple Let's Plays at the same time with me prepping for Rain World kind of put a hold on reviews, but it's something that I really want to get back into doing properly. Review a game at release. I feel like I kind of did this one. I started Bo Path of the Teal Lotus at release, and it took me like a month to release that review. I also started Animal Well at release, and that took me like a couple months to review. So like, I don't know, depending on how you interpret this goal, I feel like I could have done it, but I would like to at some point be able to review a game and like release the review like right as the game releases or like a few days afterward, just to like stay on top of things and make sure that I am staying like relevant to whatever game I'm trying to review that released at that time. Make a reflection video on a previous Let's Play. This is a goal that I did not hit, but it's something that I still want to do. Yeah, I would like to make... I know in like my 1,000 subscriber stream and a few other streams, I did talk about previous Let's Plays, but I would like to make a dedicated video for every Let's Play that I did before doing reviews and give them proper reviews as well, just based purely on my memories of how I felt during those Let's Plays. And then the last short-term goal was make a discussion video on something game-related, and that was a goal that I hit, surprisingly. The video where I ranted about layoffs in the gaming industry. I think the video is called the video game industry sucks right now and I want to rant about it, or something like that. That was a video that I just felt inspired to make after hearing about the layoffs and studio closures from Rockstar, and who closed Roll 7, and the people who were working on Kerbal Space Program 2, and Xbox, who had closed Arcane and Tango. And like that in particular was a big deal because, like, in particular with Tango and with Roll 7, they made really good games that just didn't necessarily make the arbitrary sales goals that their publishers had set, and so they were closed, and that made me mad, and I wanted to rant about it. And so yeah, that was another goal that I managed to hit kind of by accident, because I don't think if I hadn't made that video, I wouldn't have hit that goal, and I had forgotten that this goal was one that I made. So yeah. And then as we get to long-term goals, I've hit a lot less of those, because these were goals that weren't necessarily meant to be like within the last year, but just kind of goals like what things I wanted to see the channel do long term. So the first one was create a Discord. And surprisingly, like, this was a long-term goal. When I first made this goal list, I did not think that I would be able to make a Discord within the last year, and or within the next year, like after I made this list. And that ended up happening, which is, like I said, insane. Use my VTuber avatar in some way. So for those of you who don't know, I actually considered becoming a VTuber at one point, and I do have like an avatar saved on my computer. It is like fully drawn and kind like rigged. There was some problems with the rigging and like with the facial capture that was giving me kind of some difficulties, which is why I never properly brought it out. And over time, because the whole process of like even getting the VTuber avatar took like a year, and by the time I finished the process, I was like, is this the direction I really want to take the channel? And I go back and forth on whether or not I want to use it as a like regular part of the channel, but I would like to use it at some point. So yeah, that was why I had this here. I unfortunately did not use it outside of like screenshots for my like Q&A video. But yeah, that's something I'd still like to do. Experiment with more complex editing. This was kind of a goal that I had set with the purpose of trying to make my videos more interesting. But a lot of the feedback I got from you guys when it came to my editing was that you guys liked the very simple approach. You guys like my style of commentary. You guys like the way I showcase the games. And so maybe complex editing, I don't necessarily have to do that, have to go that route, but it is something that I would like to experiment with. And I know that it's kind of vague, like more complex editing, but yeah, I would like to at the very least be open to experimentation, and what form that will take will be decided later on. Voice act in something, and I have dash ASMR to start question mark. So there was a time when like I was pretty into like voice acting, to where like a lot of people both in the comments and in my real life were really impressed by the voices that I did for some of the characters that I played in the games. And like I'm surprisingly good at some accents and stuff like that. And I thought, I wonder if there's something here to where like maybe I could become like a voice actor and actually voice act in something. Obviously that did not happen this year. I would still like it to happen. I think like reviews and commentary videos have become more my focus in recent months, so I haven't been focusing as much on voice acting, but it is something that I would still like to experiment with at some point in the future. Request a review code for an upcoming game. I have not done this. I've been too I've been too anxious to do it, but it is something that I would still like to do. I would love the channel to get to a point where I could request a review code for an upcoming game and then be able to get it and review it and like drop the review right when the game releases. Like that would make the channel feel extremely professional in a way. And yeah, that's like another, just like with fan art, that's another like bucket list goal, to be like, hey, the channel is professional enough to where people will give me review codes if I ask for them. I know like Devolver Digital has a program where you can like email them for review codes. So I feel like if any publisher would give me one at my current size, if I asked for one, maybe that would be the most likely, but we'll see. Bring back streaming someday. I did that. I ended up, because of how big my audience grew so fast, I ended up, again, this was a long term goal that I didn't think I would get to because at the time I made this list, there just was no audience for my streaming. And so I decided to put it on hiatus until my audience got bigger. And this year, my audience got bigger and I ended up bringing streams back for a good, like, 6 months. I think, like, from May to October, I streamed once a week and it was a lot of fun. And I have regulars who come to my streams, which is also insane to think about. And I'm really thankful to all of you who have stopped by and supported me during those streams. I've been taking a little bit of a hiatus since the October Next Fest, and I'll be talking more about that later in the video. But yeah, so I feel like I did that, and then make a Patreon question mark. I feel like the Ko-fi fulfills that. The point was to like make an avenue where people would could donate money if they wanted to. I never wanted to. Never wanted people to feel pressured, and I never thought people would like. I thought it'd be a long time before I started like receiving donations from anyone, but I figured I might as well create the option in case people wanted it, and yeah, so we ended up making that. And yeah, so yeah, those are all the goals. Overall, I'd say I actually hit a pretty substantial number of them. Almost all of the short term goals, and even a few of the long term goals that I thought I wasn't going to be able to hit for a while. And that just makes me really proud to see. Like, it was really awesome to like go back to this list after so long and check mark all of the things that I had actually done and be like, oh wow, I actually accomplished a lot this year. And yeah, that's just really cool, and a lot of it is thanks to you guys. So again, thank you. And with that, we are done talking about the past, and now half an hour into this video, I would like to talk about the present. This is going to be a long video, but I have a lot to say because yeah, 4 years and like the past year has so much has happened that I feel like there's a lot to talk about. So for my present feelings on the channel, I do feel like the channel is in a bit of a flux state at the moment. I had put out a video a few months back that was titled, "What is the identity of this channel?" And it has been something that I'm still kind of trying to figure out. Like, I had said in that video that I wanted my content to be like 4 pillars. I wanted let's plays, reviews, streams, and music analysis. And, oh, that was another thing I did. I held my first music analysis stream within the last year, where I analyzed Titan Souls and Death's Door, and that was a lot of fun. And it did feel really cool to be able to use my education in music and put it towards like a medium that I love so much, and being able to kind of educate you guys on, or those of you who are interested on, like the various ways that composers convey different ideas through music. And so yeah, that was really cool. But since that video, I've experimented with a lot over the last year, and I feel like, in particular, Let's Plays and reviews, or like discussion videos, are definitely ones that I have kind of solidified. Let's Plays, obviously, for sure, and reviews, I think, are really close. I think with a little bit more work, I can really solidify that as a pillar of the channel. Streams and music analysis, I feel like, is something I'm still trying to figure out. Music analysis, in particular, I feel like is just like one too many things right now to work on, which is why I haven't really done one since the Death's Door one. And streams, I feel like there could be a better way to approach those, because like I've been streaming a lot of demos and I've loved doing that. Like, I love the random wheel picker and being able to stream upcoming games for you guys. and the demos have been so much fun. Um, but there is no denying that, like, they don't attract a lot of attention. And so I've been kind of asking myself, like, would it be better to go back to long plays for streams? Like, I know a lot of people, well, not a lot, but like I know some people have been asking for like Noita and Plants vs Zombies, and like I just recently I bought Loot River for the Steam sale, and a friend gifted me Balatro, and I want to get back to Hades 2, and so like part of me is thinking, like, would games like that bring more people to the streams versus the demos? And I would have fun with those too. Yeah, I don't know. It's just been something that I've been thinking about, to where I feel like the streams can be done better. Like, they've been good, and I've been happy with them. And, like, again, thank you so much to the people who have come to the streams. At the same time, I feel like there's more I can do, or like more variety I can inject, or something that I can do that will make the streams like more appealing to more people. Because I also did look at my like analytics as well, and I think it's like uh only like 10% of my viewers or something like that come to the streams, and I would like to increase that number because I like streaming, and I would like people to I'd like more people to enjoy the streams as well. And to go back to the like theme of like the channel's identity, a lot of people in the comments of that video said that, like, they appreciated my quiet, calm commentary. They appreciated how seriously I took the games. They appreciated that I didn't do like wild edits or scream a lot or like make a bunch, like an excess of jokes. Um, and like that was kind of the identity that in their eyes, like that's how they saw my channel. And I appreciate that. And I agree that, like, right now the most unique thing that I can offer in terms of like myself and the channel, and I guess the brand, whatever brand the channel would have, is like my perception and how I approach the games that I play and how I talk about the games that I play. And it's something that I want to stick with. And it's something, like, a lot of people have also said that I am incredibly genuine when it comes to my approach to games and how I talk about them. That is something that I hold very dear, and something that I am never going to lose sight of, and something that I don't want the channel to lose. At the same time, like, quiet, calm commentary and like a sense of genuineness, no matter how like well intentioned those things are, or how much they are like appreciated by my current community, it I don't know if that necessarily is enough to like bring the channel to like the eyes of more people. And so it has become like I've been trying to do a like more of a balancing, where it's like, what can I do to bring more people to the channel? Because my dream is to be able to do the channel full time. And in order to do that, I do have to play at least somewhat into the favor of the whims of the algorithm and the whims of whatever is popular. And so it becomes a thing of like, what can I do to do that without compromising the morals and genuineness and current identity that I have set for this channel? It's never going to be about changing the identity of the channel. It's always going to be about adding to it. And like the commentary and the genuineness is a very good foundation to build upon. But like I said, I don't know if it's enough. It might be just that. It might be just a foundation. So, like, one of the things that I did, like, with the, like, goal list from last year, having a more focus on requested games, playing more games that people want to see versus games that I myself want to show off. And I feel like that's a good start to where, like, I played Rain World, I played like Slay the Princess, again, maybe if I stream like Noita and Plants vs. Zombies, I feel like that is a good thing to do. And like the reviews, having those be the games that I pick and I want to show off, because that way I'm not wasting time creating like 20 or 30 videos of a let's play for a game that nobody wants to watch. It's just one video that, someone might be curious about for someone who hasn't played that game. So, yeah. It all feels very not up in the air, but like the channel feels like liquid right now, if that makes sense. Or it feels like malleable. And I don't quite know what I want to shape it into. Or like even like how to shape it. And something else that I will need to consider is I will be needing to look for a new job very soon. I am like kind of getting to a point where I'm still okay and I will be okay for a little bit, but I'm getting to a point where like I will need to find a new job in order to sustain myself and in order to keep the channel going, just to have some kind of income. So that might affect like the schedules of things and when things are uploaded and stuff like that. And yeah, a lot could happen within the next year. And no matter what, I'm really grateful to have you guys here. I hope that you guys will be sticking around to see what the future holds. And I promise that this basis and this foundation that you guys have come to expect and that you guys seem to really like is something that I will do my best to continue to uphold and not change, only add on to. And with that, I would like to talk about the future of the channel, because in the spirit of the goal list that I made last year, I made a new goal list for the next year. And I don't know how this is going to go, but I would very much like to see how many I can hit within the next year. So same thing, short-term / small goals that I would like to hit within the last year, and long-term goals, or next year, and long-term goals that are more like, it'd be nice if I did them within the next year, but it's more just stuff that I'd like to see the channel do like at some point in its lifetime. So short-term goals. A renewed focus on discussion videos. So yeah, I just want to put out a lot more videos where I am talking about games, not just playing them. I know I've said it before, but I consider like playing the game and talking about the game are two sides of the experience, and this channel is so, like, to me at least, one of its sole focuses is to showcase the experience of the game. And so like that includes like reflection videos, discussion videos, reviews, and yeah, just putting out more videos where I am talking about games, because I know that you guys like those, a lot of you like those, and I really like them too. So yeah, make a reflection video on previous Let's Plays. That's a goal that I've carried over. Again, I want to make a like reflection. I would like to make reviews for all of the games that I didn't review before. It's going to be tough. The most difficult part for me for that is going to be getting the footage, because I'm going to have to like screen capture my past videos, which is just going to like, they might look bad because I wouldn't have time to be able to like replay the game in its entirety to like get all new footage. But hopefully I'll be able to put some stuff together, and like, yeah, short term, I'd at least like to make one and see how it goes. Host a game night in the Discord. Something that I really regret is that I'm not as active in the Discord as I feel like I could be. I'm usually pretty busy, and yeah, I would just like to interact in the Discord more. And above all, I would like to have like some kind of an event that makes us feel more like a community. And so at some point within the next year, at least once, I would like to host some kind of game night, whether we play like Marvel Rivals or like Jackbox or like Ultimate Chicken Horse or Speedrunners or any of those other like party games. I would just like to I'd like to do something with you guys. And yeah, I feel like that would be like a really special thing for all of us. So yeah, that's a goal that I have listed. Discussion on something game related. I would like to make another discussion video for something game related, but not necessarily talking about a specific game, or like reviewing a game. So like a way long ago when I first finished Hollow Knight, someone has suggested that I react to Mossbag's Hollow Knight lore video, and that had actually come up again in the Discord recently, where someone asked me if I had done that, if I'd watched it, and I haven't yet. So like maybe I could do that at some point. Or someone else had suggested in this Discord that I could do a Smash or Pass Slay the Princess tier list video, and even though that's not usually the type of content I make, it honestly sounds like a really funny idea and could be interesting. So maybe, like, in the name of what I always say in my Slay the Princess Let's Play, in the name of experimentation and keeping myself open to experimentation, that could be something that I could do. I know that reading Reddit stories is really popular right now. Like, I know that Smosh does it. I know that, I don't know if you guys would know this channel, but XP to level 3, who does, like, D&D tabletop, game videos, he reads Reddit stories from D&D horror stories, and that those are a fun watch. So maybe I could read some gaming Reddit stories. I don't know. I'm just spitballing ideas. The point of this goal is I would like to maybe experiment with some videos, some discussion videos that aren't reviews, or that aren't like talking about a specific game in a like conventional way. So something like where I talked about the layoffs, or like something else to do with the industry, or like a reaction video, or like a tier list, or yeah, something along those lines. I feel like that those at the very least could be fun to try, and those are just the ideas I could think of off the top of my head. So yeah, my next goal is to review a game from my email. I have gotten random review codes emailed to me. I'm assuming that some developers just wanted to like reach out to as many creators as possible and like send out codes en masse. So I have gotten 5 review codes for I think a couple of demos and like 3 different games. And a few of them don't seem up my speed, but there was one in particular, Beloved Rapture, that actually looks like a game with actual effort like put into it, and a game that actually looks like something I might enjoy. So if I were to pick any of them, it'd probably be that one. But yeah, I would just love to review a game that was like actually sent to me. And if any of the developers are watching this, by the way, for any of those games, I apologize for not getting to it beforehand. I had no idea how to react when I saw those emails, not going to lie. And my backlog and my schedule is just so busy that I just haven't been able to get to them. But yeah, related to that, request a review code for a game. Again, that's a goal that's carrying over from last year. And finish the indie music quiz. So for those of you who don't know, I had said in a stream, I was inspired by Marco Meatball and his trying out music quizzes. That's another one I could do, by the way. I could do more music quizzes as something discussing game related things like music and stuff like that. But I said in a stream that I was kind of like disappointed that indie game music seemed to not be as showcased as I felt like it could be in a lot of the quizzes that he reacted to, in a lot of the quizzes that people made. So I figured that maybe I could take matters into my own hands and make one myself. I had also said during that stream that it was only going to be something I would work on when I wasn't working on anything else, and that it would never be like a priority. So unfortunately, I have not worked on it in like months, but people did submit like possible songs to put in the quiz, like from the Discord, and I do have a list of games to put in this quiz. I'm being optimistic by listing this as a short-term goal. I would like to get it done within the next year, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Like I said, it's not really a priority for me, but I would like to get it done. That is a project that I would like to see through to the end. And then in terms of long-term goals, figure out streaming and then like make Twitch channel question mark demos versus long plays. So something that I'm considering is I could do multi-streaming. I would never like only stream on Twitch. I would only ever create a Twitch channel if I were going to be streaming on both channels. But yeah, I figured maybe at some point I could make a Twitch channel and see how streaming on both YouTube and Twitch works out for me in terms of like viewership, monetization, interests, stuff like that. And again, like demos versus long plays, trying to figure out what works best for the channel in terms of the type of content that people would want to see and what works better in a streaming context. 3 reviews a month as a long-term goal. I'm kind of being optimistic with that number. 2 sounded like too little, like I'd be selling myself short, but 4 seems a little bit too optimistic. So theoretically, and I don't know how well this is going to go on top of my Let's Plays, but I would like to do 3 reviews a month if I can. I'm currently still working on the Plucky Squire review, the holidays, and like preparing for Rain World and like trying to do multiple Let's Plays for like backup Let's Plays at the same time, which turned out to be a mistake. Um, kind of put the Plucky Squire on hold for a little bit. So that one is being worked on. I did finish the one backup Let's Play I did end up finishing was Neva, so I can start taking notes on a review for that. I'm very close to finishing Slay the Princess, so I'm going to be starting notes for that very soon for that like review slash final thoughts video. I'm currently playing Stellar Blade for review. I'm still kind of early into that game, so I don't know when that one's going to be finished, but yeah, I do have like games in the pipeline that I can review. And yeah, I just want to put out more reviews and talk about more games that I'm playing. And again, I'm not sure if I'll be able to commit to 3 reviews a month, but it is at the very least a goal that I'd like to hit. My next one is hit 10k subs. This one is extremely optimistic. I don't know if I'd be able to hit 10k subs within the next year. I'd have to have another like stroke of luck similar to Rain World, but anything can happen, and I would like to stay optimistic with how things will go. So yeah, hit 10k subs as like an optimistic goal for like, because I'm trying to manifest things going well in the future. um Find mods for streams and for Discord. So with the Discord being at 86 members, as it gets bigger, there will come a time where I will feel like I'll need to add more mods in, especially like more active mods as well. And I'll need to figure out what criteria I want for that in terms of like age and experience, and whether or not I like how much I would need to like know the person before I'd allow them to be a mod. So yeah, that's something that I need to give a lot of thought in terms of parameters and when would be the right time to start like recruiting mods. Do I set up like a Google form, like an application kind of thing? So yeah, that's something that's on my mind, and that is something that I will need to think about going forward if slash when the channel gets bigger. Use YouTuber model parentheses redesign question mark. So I would still like to use the VTuber model in some fashion over the next year. There is still a part of me that thinks it would be cool to like add a face to the channel and have like to give the channel even more of a sense of identity beyond just my voice. But it doesn't necessarily need to be the VTuber model that I have. Maybe I could just do like a PNG model, like a little image that flashes when I talk, and maybe that image could be something that you guys think might like fit the channel more. I don't know. That's just something that is in the back of my mind that I feel like could happen in like the long-term future. And then do something for charity. I would love to, when the channel gets bigger, I would love to host some kind of charity stream where we raise money for a good cause. One of my biggest inspirations for starting the channel was Markiplier. Another one is MatPat from Game Theory, and both of them have used their channels in massive ways to be able to raise money for good causes, and I would like to do the same someday. I don't know if that'll happen within the next year because I would like to be able to do the channel full time before I start doing like massive events. But at the same time, I don't necessarily need to wait for that to do a charity event, so we'll see. Yeah, that's just something I'd like to do in the future at some point. And yeah, those are all my goals for now. I feel like I'm forgetting a couple, but those are the ones that I have written down at least. And yeah, a lot of them are optimistic. A lot of them I don't know if we'll be able to do, but I'd like to believe that the channel will only go up from here and only good things will come from here. And, you know, it's crazy to think that 2 years ago, I decided to not give up on the channel, to where like someone in my life had said that I should do the channel for one more year, and this was at around the 2 year mark. And if I didn't see any substantial growth, to maybe move on and try something else. And I decided to not give up. And now I'm here, and who knows where the channel will go in the future. I have no idea, but it's something that I really hope that I'll be able to see through for a long time to come. And above all, I hope you guys will stick around for the journey ahead. Again, thank you all so much for all of your support over the last year. Thank you to everyone who has watched, commented, donated, drawn fan art, joined the Discord. All of your support from all 1,500 plus of you truly means the world to me. Like, I've said it before in other videos, but I truly am just like some guy who sits in front of a computer and who is passionate about video games and who just wanted to have an outlet to express that passion. And 4 years later, the channel is going stronger than ever. And I'm looking forward to seeing what's to come. So, thank you everybody so much for taking the time to listen to me. I know this video is very long, but like I said, a lot happened over the last year and we had a lot to talk about. So yeah, just thank you for sticking around. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all of your support. And I will see you guys in whatever video you decide to watch me in next. Goodbye!